Deep in the forest, among dense foliage, lay the abandoned children's camp, known for its grim reputation. Its name was Camp of the Last Breath, and eerie legends surrounded it. The place seemed consumed by time and filled with ghosts of the past. Three friends, Max, Dan, and Leo, decided to test their courage and ventured into this cursed corner of the forest for the night. Under the setting rays of the sun, they began their journey, but with each step the atmosphere grew more tense. As darkness thickened, their hearts raced faster, with an unknown threat lurking in the surrounding darkness. But they tried not to let fear overcome them, continuing to joke to dispel the looming tension. However, when Dan and Leo went to gather firewood to support the campfire, Max noticed a strange silhouette slipping between the trees. He felt his hair stand on end and froze, staring into the darkness. "Hey guys, did you see that?" he yelled, but there was no response. Only silence, broken by distant sounds of nocturnal nature. Max's heart raced even faster as he heard strange rustling among the leaves. He felt like something was watching him, something sinister and incomprehensible. Panic gripped them when Dan and Leo returned, but Max was nowhere to be found. They went over the last moments in their minds, but noticed nothing suspicious. Only the impenetrable darkness of the forest, swallowing every sound and movement. Thinking Max had probably just gone for a walk or to explore the surroundings, Dan and Leo relaxed a bit. They continued preparing dinner, trying to keep the conversation going to distract themselves from the strange events around them. However, as the night grew darker, the silence of the forest began to wear on their nerves. They heard whispers seemingly coming from the darkness, and the wind howling between the trees, as if calling out to them. "Something's not right," Dan muttered, freezing in place. "We need to find Max and get out of this place." Leo nodded in agreement, and they took torches to light their way. Their hearts froze with every creak of branches underfoot and every rustle of leaves, but they kept moving forward, hoping to find traces of their friend. And then suddenly a figure emerged from the darkness in front of them, a strange silhouette swaying from side to side like a phantom. Dan and Leo froze, unable to move from fear. The figure approached, swaying in the darkness, their hearts pounding with each step. They huddled together, trying to gather the last shreds of strength and resolve. But when the phantom came into the light of the torch, they were horrified. It was Max, his eyes empty and motionless, his body trembling with an inhuman vitality. In his hand was something shiny and sharp. "Max," Dan whispered, his voice trembling with fear. But Max only smiled slowly, his face devoid of expression, like an empty shell. He raised his hand with the shiny object and began to approach them, step by step. Leo and Dan stepped back, trying to understand what was happening and how to survive this nightmare. But before them was only darkness, no salvation, only the dark forest and their once friend turned into a monster. Fear engulfed Dan and Leo as Max approached even closer, holding a sharp object in his hand. They turned sharply and ran into the forest, trying to escape this nightmare. They dashed through the undergrowth, branches tickling their faces, their legs tangled in roots. Fear and adrenaline drove them forward, without looking back. But when they finally emerged from the forest, exhausted and battered, they found that no one was waiting for them outside. No shelter, no safety. They were alone in the darkness of the night. Desperation seized them as they realized they had lost not only a friend but themselves in this sinister labyrinth. Their cries echoed in the night, but no one answered. They became more missing in this cursed camp. Their names appeared in the news, their photos posted on missing persons posters. But no trace of them was ever found. They became part of the legend of the Camp of the Last Breath, another chapter in the history of fear and mystery of this place.